I've got nothing apart from bugs. Hello and welcome to the Battling Barrow. In this video I am going to be making a miniature from a D&D and maybe war games if you want to. Going to be making a giant beetle, so it looks like this. You'll see it better later on. My thinking behind this is for a upcoming D&D campaign I need some giant beetle models, which are normally quite standard in old school sort of Beckme style encounters at low levels. The problem is I'm finding it quite hard to source some decent miniatures for a good price, so I decided to make them myself. So yeah, let's get on with it and make this little thing. So we are going to make the body out of polymer clay. I'm just using this. This was from a starter kit I bought my wife many years ago. Now she's into it. So I'm just gonna, my plan is I want to get it to go on a base this big. So I'm just gonna utilize this to give me a bit of an idea on how big I want to make it. Although you can make them various different sizes. It's the beauty of making the things yourself. Like that. So he's going to go here and have a head. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, then come in with a sculpting tool. I'm going to draw a line down here. Center here. Around here, just these sort of wing, I don't know what they're called, wing bits. And now I'm just going to score lines all the way down. There's a bit of a shell texture. So, and leave this bit smooth. The head, it's just a little bit of Fimo. Put it on here. More bits, two little oval bits, and these are going to go either side here as my eyes. Tidy these up off camera beat, but that's the general idea. Now I'm going to get another little bit. I'll do some sort of pincer bits at the front, so I'm just going to get it, fold it over. A bit more than that. Yeah, put it into 2 points at the end, fold it over. Front here. I don't know if anyone's going to see underneath, but I'm going to score a bit of a thing in there. Okay, so we're going to put that to one side. I'm going to do the legs. For the legs, we're going to use some paper clips. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get one and fold it like that, just for ease of use. And while it's like this, I'm going to try and bend it in the middle here a little bit, like so. Over here, have that sort of shape. Like that. This will be very similar. There's one paperclip will give you 2 legs. Effectively. That's shapes like that. What we're going to do is, I'll just show you here, I'm going to poke these in now to make a hole. These front legs. We'll do 4 more of these when I'm done. But these are going to be his legs, so I'm just going to position them where you want them. And we're going to cover these in polymer clay. So for this, going back to the polymer clay, Fimo clay, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to make the legs into sections. I'm going to pull it out, get enough clay just to go over. So I've done one sort of section and then another bit at the end. Let's say if you have any sculpting experience in green stuff, it will come in handy. I was going to bend a bit over as his foot, and if you're like me, a bit heavy-handed, you squish it too much, you can come in with your sculpting tool, just a bit of separation, and then pop that back in to there. Here's the legs. I'm going to show you one more time with this one, and I'll do the other 4 off camera. So a bit of clay here, wrap this round, and what you'll find is the more you're working with this, the trickier it gets because your fingers get sticky. So every so often it might be a good idea to have a wash of your hands to de-icky them. I do find Fimo clay easier to work with than green stuff. You could of course probably just do this using green stuff. There you go, little foot at the end there. Pop that back in, position it, and what I'll do is I'll do the other legs in a minute, but before I do that, come in with a sculpting tool and just give him some incisory type toes at the end, like so. And that's where he's looking, so I'm going to do the other legs off camera. And wait, don't you have something that's vaguely bug shape? If you want, you can go back over if you've lost my sculpting tool, but if you hadn't lost your sculpting tool, there it is, you could go back over and add in any lines maybe that you've done in. What I really want to do is make sure that's really prominent, that line, and these are just more for dry brushing. Yeah, and what you do now, I've already got one that I've made. I want to make 4 in total, so you come and put them on a baking tray and make any more you want before we bake. Put these into a preheated oven at 100 degrees for about half hour. allow those to fully cool down, and you'll be left with some beetles. Only thing left to do now is to paint them. So first up, get some black undercoat onto them. So beetles are kind of pretty much black, so we're almost done, but I thought as it is that simple paint job, we might as well try and take it to the next level and get a bit of beetle iridescent going on, which I'm going to use this colour shift metal red goblin from Green Stuff World to get it look a bit like this in this picture. So this requires a lot of shaking up, so it has a full bearing in there to help that, and we should put some onto paint palette there, and hopefully this will just really give that iridescent beetle feel to it. Oh my goodness, don't they even, is this coming out on camera? We hope this comes out on camera. It's difficult to film such things, but still, yeah, that is, look at that. So it's got that green red vibe going on. Yeah, I'm loving this. This actually looks like a beetle. And with that, though, once that's dry, all we got to do now really is put it on a base. And look at it. That's fantastic. You might have to paint the eyes back in. Just want to make sure they're really black. Just going to do that. And that's pretty much it for the beetle. All that's left now is to drop it. What's left now is to put it on its base. So for this, I'm going to use a base. Probably made this a bit too big for the base I wanted to put it on. But ho hum, we are going to use some textured mud paste. This is my homemade version of it. There is a video on the channel showing you how to make this, so I'm just going to a load of this on. Of course, feel free to base them how you would normally base your models. And then what I'm going to do is just use some of my base ready mixture. I will be having a video on this at some point in the future, so you can see how I make this. Yeah, good that is already. And I'm just going to plonk the beetle in place. I might need to re-glue it later on, but for now, so I know where it's going to go. I'll let that dry, like so. Our heroes have entered yet another dungeon, but run into a nest of giant fire beetles.